Well, I'm still part of the community. Yeah.
Can we give one each? There's three of us.
Yeah. Let me get some. Let me get a pen and paper.
Yeah, I'll give you the first one because it's the topic we're studying. We're talking about.
One second.
I'll give you an easy one.
One second. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, one reason out of like a million for me is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was a fortune teller, and his dad was a fortune teller, and this is written in his book Aina Kamalat Islam, which was just mistranslated into English, and they purposely mistranslated it, which proves to us that they know it's a problem. And the Arabic word is araf with an ayin. So
Arafan.
Arafan. All right. So, and it's all on the blog. If you need to get a hold of me, here, let me befriend you on TikTok.
Fortune teller, Arafan. What book was that?
Aina Kamalat Islam.
Aina.
It was just mistranslated into English a few days ago.
You can go in the Arabic. In the Rouhani Khazan, it's page 545, volume.
Wait one second.
What's the volume? 5.
For this, it would be 4 or 5.
Yeah, volume 5.
Volume 5.
Yeah, it's volume 5. It's volume 5. In fact, this is one of the rare occurrences where an entire volume of Rouhani Khazan is the whole book.
Okay.
Because it's like 800 pages. It's got to be as long as book. Brother,
okay. Yes, I think so. It's the English Hakikatul Wahi is I think 1,000 plus pages.
Oh, okay. Well,
But in terms of the Urdu ones, yeah, I think this is one of the biggest. Let me see if there's any other.
Hakikatul Wahi was in Urdu too. Oh yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know.
Hakikatul Wahi is almost 1,100 pages. That's got to be his biggest book, bro.
Yeah, that's what I said. But it has like it's Hakikatul Wahi and a summary of Hakikatul Wahi. So it has a book, and it's a book, and then it has the main points of that book. Another one is
well, no, because it's 6 books in one, is what it is. It's not one book, but anyways. So, brother, that's my objection. Do you understand it? Questions about it?
But she's giving the reference in page 545, Rouhani Khazan, volume 5. That's the third line from the top, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Or just find my essay on it. All you gotta do is search the blog for fortune teller, and everything I've told you here, I've written there.
Okay.
Can you read Arabic?
La.
So anyway, it's the third line. It's right under the number, 545. It's Arafan Hadika. If you can read Urdu, it should be the same. I mean, similar to read. It's easy to catch the word. And then if you go to the English one is page, what's the English page? Let me see. The English is page 521.
Something.
521.
Yeah, 521.
Mirza Ghulam Ahmad said, my father was skilled.
Is that still volume 5 for English?
No, for English it's just a separate book.
Oh, one book. Okay, right.
Yeah, and no, Rouhani Khazan is only for Urdu language, not Arabic or English. In English, all the books are separate.
Right.
So the English book, the name is The Mirror of the Excellencies of Islam.
Whoa. So the mirror of the
Excellencies of Islam. Excellencies of Islam. It's actually, if you go to
the name of the book, bro. If you don't know the name of the book, you're a little behind. That means you haven't read a lot, but it's totally okay. That's the book.
That's what I'm saying. I said I haven't read a lot.
Okay.
It's okay, Bashir. It's okay. We'll give the reference. So it's on the page 521, and just to tell that the Arabic says, my father was a skilled fortune teller, or my father was a skilled soothsayer. And the English one says, my father was an expert physician. So I don't know how anyone can think this is honesty. He said, my father was an expert physician and he had a deep knowledge of this science. The Arabic doesn't say that. The Arabic says he was a skilled fortune teller.
But was it his father or himself?
No, his father. He was talking about his father.
No, yeah.
Ah, okay.
His father taught him.
And his father taught him. Yeah, he was saying that this my father was a skilled fortune teller.
Yeah, but did he continue that or no?
Let's say وكان أبي عرافا حاذقا وكانت
Look, that's a different discussion. And just take the one objection for me, and then
that's all
go to Brother Omar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he says, okay, just quickly, he says, my father was a skilled fortune teller, and he taught me some of the books of this skill,
Okay.
of this scenario. So he's saying something like that.
Okay.
You can
Yeah,
read
I got the references. Jazakallah. What's the second one?
My second one is his claim to prophethood. I mean, my biggest one is that he was a liar. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was a liar. He lied about so many things. I can give you so many examples. One of them is
what's the best, most irrefutable one that you can think of?
The one that they cannot waffle on is Rouhani Khazain, volume 3, page 132.
1 second, Rouhani Khazain. Yeah.
Rouhani Khazain, volume 3.
Volume?
3,
Yeah.
page 132.
Page 132. And that's Urdu, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Mirza says there is no hadith with a lafz. Do you know what is lafz? Do you speak Urdu?
No.
Do you understand or no?
A little bit. Very, very vaguely.
You know the word lafz? What is lafz?
Lafz is like a word, right?
Yes, he says in page 132, he says there is no hadith, there is no authentic hadith, sahih hadith, with the lafz of Asman, that Jesus will descend from the sky. Okay?
Yeah.
He said there is no lafz of Asman in the hadith, in the sahih hadith. Then 10 pages later, in page 142, he says in Sahih Muslim, there is the lafz of Asman.
Right. And then he said that magically that there was one, right?
10 pages later.
Yeah.
Ahmad, are you there? You can read it. So, but the thing is that these references are in Urdu. That's why. Rouhani Khazain, volume 3, page 132.
Yeah, I don't
page
have
132,
and this one saying.
Okay. So anyway, I don't know if you can use ChatGPT or anything to translate. It should be easy to get. The first one is in the middle of the page. The second one is in the first, like the 6th or 7th line.
Have they translated this to English or not?
Is it Izalaham?
No, Izalaham is not translated to English.
No, but
they cannot.
What book is this? Because Rouhani Khazain 3 could be 3 different books.
Oh, part 1. Izalaham, part 1.
Izalaham, part 1. And you said page number 132?
Yes.
132 and 142.
Okay, I have this on the blog in my master file for Izalaham. How do I get it to you? So I created a master file of all the translations of snippets of Izalaham, and I have it for you, bro.
Okay.
And the thing, Mohid, the thing is, another thing, the cop they can come up with is that, Sahih Muslim might not have been preserved. Maybe some of the hadiths were lost. We say no problem. The fact of the matter is that the word of your prophet should be good enough. The fact that Mirza says that the hadith exists should be good enough. So either the hadith exists in Sahih Muslim, or it doesn't exist as per his claim in page 132. So which is which? It doesn't matter. If you say it exists, you have already disproven him. So if you say there isn't.
Yeah, so the issue is contradiction here, right? Like he's claiming one thing
exactly. And Mirza Ahmad said the words of a liar will necessarily contain contradiction, will certainly contain contradictions. This is what Mirza Ahmad said. So another example is Mirza said there's a verse, if the Quran has not named me Ibn Maryam, I am a liar. There's nowhere in the Quran where it says Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is Ibn Maryam. Not even like something.
I said only one. You only had one. That's two.
No, it's the same thing of lying.
No, and Brother Mawahid, I sent you a link in your messages to his Allaham. Just go to page 232. It's right there.
Okay. 232. All right.
Bashir is an ex-Ahmadi, and Bashir has all these references, mashallah. He's done a lot of work. You
Yeah,
can
so-
benefit from his blog.
No, hold
You
on,
can
hold on.
laugh.
No, hold up, bro. You know who I am? You know who I am? Have you figured it out yet?
Bashir. Yeah.
All right, cool. You know I got the website and all that.
Yes. Fact check, right?
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Double check.
You
Yeah.
can laugh. You can have. You can gain knowledge there. You can also have good laughs. I always tell Bashir, I love the way you write this thing. You know, it's like you're giving us information, but in a very funny way sometimes. You know, so.
Okay. Well, that's good. Hey,
Sometimes he'll write something. Sometimes you know, Bashir will write something very academic, and in brackets he put total lie. I'm like, Bashir, you're putting your commentary there.
Omar,
So, what's your argument?
Omar, you mentioned that he himself wrote down that the something of a liar will mean that he has contradictions, right? He himself wrote that, and
Yeah.
can you point to that? Do you
Words
know
of a
what that is?
liar?
Yeah.
Yes, I can give you the reference. Just give me 10 seconds.
Yeah. No, we'll take your time.
He said that this is Rouhani Khazain, volume 21, page 275. Juta ke kalam mein tanakud zaruri pota hai, or something like that. My
So,
Urdu is.
that's it. Could you repeat that volume
Hey,
what?
no,
Page what?
hey, brother Umar's learned Urdu, bro. It's pretty good.
Volume what? Page what?
Volume, let me see. Volume 21, page 275.
Page 275.
This
Damn,
is
that-
Damimat Barain Ahmadiyya.
Okay. Yeah, I got that.
Wait, and that's in English. That reference is in English because Brahini Ahmadiyya is all in English.
I don't know. This is Damimat Barain Ahmadiyya.
Is this Brahini Ahmadiyya or Rouhani Khazain?
It should be Brahini Ahmadiyya 5, the appendix.
Okay.
The appendix. But
P-
I can try to get the English one.
Well,
And then another one says this is a bit more.
How many you're giving? I thought you only had one.
I'm giving you the reference of lying.
Okay.
I just need three. One more should do us. But you said
You know, he
Brahini
says.
has
You
the
know,
English,
he
right?
said lying is like eating. He said lying is like eating shit. You know that? Sorry
Oh,
for
really?
my.
For Brahini Ahmadiyya, what's the I'm looking for the English first primarily, and then if not, then the Urdu.
Okay, Hakikatul Wahi, you can use this. In Hakikatul Wahi. He says
Yeah.
lying is akin to eating dung.
And that's English.
The English is page 261 of Hakikatul Wahi.
Page
Keyword
261.
is
Okay, go
dung.
ahead.
The keyword is dung. D-U-N-G.
Yeah.
Hakikatul Wahi, page 261.
Yep. And the one about the contradiction, the one that you just mentioned, was that Brahini Ahmadiyya or Rouhani Khazain?
No, that's the appendix. Let me try and get the English one while somebody else is giving another argument. Let me try to get the English one.
Even if you have the Urdu, that's fine. I'll note it down.
Yeah, it's
Which is
volume 21, 275, page 275, volume 21.
volume 21, page 275. And what book was that?
Rouhani Khazain,
Gotcha.
but the book
Okay.
is called Damimat Barain Ahmadiyya.
Say that again.
The book is like Damimat Barain Ahmadiyya. I think that means appendix of Barain Ahmadiyya.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
You can get. There's another one also about contradiction. He says there is no contradiction in the words of a truthful, wise, and pure-hearted person. However,
Okay.
if someone is
Definitely.
crazy, however, if someone is crazy, insane, or a hypocrite who agrees merely for flattery, his words are bound to be contradictory. And that's volume 10, page 142.
Same book.
Yes, Rouhani Khazain. Yeah.
Volume 10. Volume 10 page, sorry. 142. All right, got it. All right, next point.
If you DM me, I'll send you this. I have all the translations, and I verify the translation with the native speakers together, and I have the original in Urdu.
Uncle Omar, why don't you give him the one for Krishna Kanaya?
That's for you to give.
No,
you can give that to
I already know about that one, and I'm still looking into that one. But is there any others?
Okay, so
about.
basically the one
Uncle
octopus
Arise, you
gave
be
him
quiet
octopus
for a
one.
second. Let Uncle Omar talk.
Yes, Umar, do octopus.
Yeah, the octopus one.
Yeah, this. No, what's your objection? That's the thing. That's an example, but what's the objection? How would you put it as an objection?
Are you
Yeah,
talking to
to
me?
prove him false.
It's against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a lying on
Yeah,
Allah
yeah.
subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes, it's basically it goes against the Quran when the Quran says there is nothing like Him and do not make examples of Allah. Do not compare Allah to things. We cannot
Okay.
compare Allah with anything. We cannot make any examples that Allah did not make Himself. We are
Of
not
course, and
allowed
there's
to.
nothing relevant to him.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, yeah. These are anecdotes from his life that are very strange. That some funny stuff from his, like he couldn't tell his left foot from left shoe from right shoe. He used to put the stones for cleaning himself in the pocket together with the things that he's eating. So, but like I said, brother, these are things that I don't want to put off the Ahmadis from discussion. When we bring this point, then they start saying, "Oh, you guys are mocking our founder and all that." That's why I don't like to bring
Uncle,
this
I've got
topic.
one more. I've got one more. I've got one more for the brother. Obviously, when a prophet dies, he gets buried where he passes away. So why was
Not.
Mirza Qadiani? He died in Lahore, but they had to remove him to Qadian. What was the purpose of that?
I'm more looking for allegations against him.
No,
False.
that is an allegation. The
To me, that's
allegation is whenever a prophet passes away, he gets buried wherever they've passed away or within that vicinity. This guy got taken to a different continent.
And this opens another door, brother Mohid. This opens another problem which we have with Ahmadi missionaries. It leads to them rejecting a hadith because whenever we present a hadith such as this, that there is a hadith that says prophets are buried where they die. Then they start rejecting a hadith. They say, oh, they'll try to look excuses. This is not authentic because somebody said this, because one of the people was somebody somewhere was say that he cannot be trusted. Basically, they come up with their own hadith methodology. You see, when a hadith is considered authentic, it means a lot of factors have been considered before it's graded authentic.
of
But
course. I
they say,
understand Isnad and Matan. I understand everything like that. But
yes, so there'll be
what's
like
the other?
20 people who have out of 20 people, 18 people have said this guy is authentic, and one person says I don't know him, and another person says he's weak. So they'll tell you, okay, Yahya bin Ma'in said this guy is weak, so the hadith is weak. So if you use this methodology, you're going to reject 99.9% of the hadith. And this is the methodology they use. Every time this hadith says that prophets are buried where they pass away. So why was Mirza Sahib transported? If he was a true prophet, he would have been buried where he passed away. Then they say, oh, they will come up with an excuse that, oh, we don't accept this hadith. It's not in Bukhari. It's not in Muslim. It's not in the first 6 books.
Can I ask you a quick question, brother, if that's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's Hujjah upon you?
What's that?
No, brother, he's just researching. He's just researching.
Yeah, I understand he's researching, but obviously to find out properly, who do you believe is Hujjah upon you, brother?
Allah.
No, well, that's without a shadow of a doubt. But isn't the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam Hujjah upon you?
Of course.
And do you believe that Mirza is also Hujjah upon you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, brother Mohid, can you see my camera?
Yes.
Okay, you look, brother. If you have time, look at this book.
Yeah.
written by this brother, Munir Ahmad Alawi. It's a very, very respectfully written book. It's very, the tone is very good. It's very friendly. You will not be offended. I don't think any Ahmadi can read this book and be offended.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
All good.
actually, I printed it myself, so because I don't have money to buy the book.
Is it
I'm just
available
joking.
online?
I'm just joking. I don't know. I don't know if it's public or it's just a PDF, but I like to read something in my hand. So this book, it's very, very beautifully written, very friendly, trying to explain the Muslim position and why, as it says, why Ahmadiyya is not Islam. It is
Okay.
in Urdu. It's also in English. If you DM me, I can send you the PDF.
Yeah,
And
please.
it's in chapters, and you will see why Mirza Ghulam Ahmad cannot be considered as someone who has anything to do with Islam, whether a Mahdi, whether a Messiah, whether a prophet, whether a Mujaddid. He cannot be considered. Honestly, he cannot be considered as anything part of Islam, because in the topic of lies, he also lied about Rasulullah. He said that Rasulullah said there was a prophet in India called Kahin, Krishna. We cannot find all this
Kanaya.
hadith. When you tell them, they say, "Oh, it's in a lost work." So I don't know if you have any questions.
No, look, let me get to these for the time. Like slowly but surely, I'm just uncovering a few things, a few topics one by one. Obviously, I'm not going to spend 5 hours a day on this, but yeah.
See, this has about 500 references. This book has about 500 references,
Okay.
and he referenced let me see.
My God, that handwriting.
See that he gives the reference, the full reference, like Rohani Kazan, Volume 3. But he gives the full references, so you can actually.
Just give me one sec. Bro, Mawahid, just because you said that we don't have an unlimited time and you don't have unlimited time, what do you think would in your opinion would be something that would basically completely negate the idea of that Mirza Sahib can be a prophet or can have any authority in all this? Like, what do you think would be the kind of evidence that if that was presented, you would be like, yeah, that should be the done do?
Good question. Yeah, so for me, it's obviously lying, right? Mainly lying, and so obviously, because the aqidah, it's attractive to anyone that hears it, right? Things can be twisted, metaphorical, this, that. Obviously they play that card a lot, but obviously there's no doubt that it's down to interpretation of the so-called prophet. However, the prophet must be attributed to truthfulness first, and that's the only way you can accept his aqidah or anything that comes with it. So yeah,
Okay, so
once
for
I get through
example,
these,
I'll give you one example. I'll give you one example, right? Is that like Umar said that he said that there's a hadith prophet said that there's a black prophet. There was a black prophet in India. He was known as Kahin, meaning Kanaya, which is basically attributed as Krishna by the Jamaat, right? So now when we ask them, they say it must be some lost work, and it was mentioned some in XYZ lost work, right? But we don't have it. But and Ansar Azasab, do you know Ansar Azasab?
No.
So Ansar Azasab is one of the chief murabbis in Canada, right? And he teaches at the Jamia Ahmadiyya Murabbi, the University of Making Murabbis, right? And he said that an Ahmadi is never to question Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, where did he get the hadith from? Because he gets the hadith directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So according to that criteria, can we ever prove that Mirza was a liar? Because if you're going to say, if he clearly says that, this happened in history and we have no records of it, there's no way we can know about it. But if he says that, you cannot even question that, can we ever prove him to be a liar? That's my question.
By that logic, and I don't agree with that logic, you can't obviously. So which is why obviously I do my own research.
So for example, the prophecies, see, he was very clear about the prophecy of Muhammad Begum. He was and he said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did it in the heavens, right? He said that the nikah happened in the heavens. Now they tell us that because the people forgive, like ask for forgiveness. There's no documentation of that outside the literature of the Jamaat, right? Outside their own sources, they have actually published an interview saying that the husband of this particular Muhammadi Begum asked for forgiveness, right? And they put an interview. And there's an alternate interview in the Muslim publications where he said, I still consider Mirza Ghulam Ahmad to be a false liar. The same thing with Atham, the guy who debated Mirza, the Christian guy who debated Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, right?
Yeah.
So they say Mirza Sahab was writing that his death did not occur because he was sorry in his heart, right? On the contrary, the Christian newspaper Afshan was saying in that he was writing, Atham himself was saying, no, I'm not sorry about it, right? I'm still sticking to my position. So now the thing is like, and this is one of the questions I asked somebody who was a great grandson of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad who came and talked to us, right? And I gave him prophecy after prophecy to explain. And at the end, I just asked him one question: can Mirza's prophecy ever be not fulfilled? He said no. He said if it is fulfilled on a parent, we'll take it. And if it's not fulfilled on the parent, then we'll basically try to come up with some explanations of it. And this is exactly what you can do with lying, right? Because we can prove you 1,000 things. For example, he said that there's a hadith in Bukhari that says, Haza Khalifatullah, right? Al-Mahdi. These words don't exist in Bukhari. These things don't exist in Bukhari. In some manuscript somewhere, there's in a footnote, or what you say, in a margin, you can find something like that, right? He said that the earth is 7,000. He said the ahadith में आया है कि दुनिया की उम्र 7 आदम से लेके दुनिया की उम्र 7,000 साल है. He said that his whole theory was, and he clearly said that and lied upon multiple ahadith regarding this concept, that the life of the world is 7,000 years, right? And he said that at the time 6,000, which is his time, they need to come the last Mahdi, the last Mursal, the last prophet, the last of everything on the pattern of human beings, right? But we don't have any hadith that says that the life of humanity is 7,000 years, and at the end of like 6,000 years, there'll come this person who will be last of everything, right? For example, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Sahab actually, we can find there are books written. For example, there's so many popular books. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad ke 200 Shura Fat Jude, the 200 lies of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, 300 lies of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. So if you go there, there'll be absolutely no way. Like you can, I would even advise you, when you're even studying this topic, if something is not clear, just add it to the basket of Mirza is not lying, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Sahib is not lying, and go to the next one, right? Rather than focusing on that one and going deeper, because that's the thing. There's such a big list that you'll need to go through. And at a point, it becomes an impossibility that he was saying the truth and everything he said was the truth. Because there's so many things, right? Like, if you want, I can open the book and we can go through the book. Or if you have ever time, and if you want to do this, we can open a book, not even online, right? We can have a Zoom call privately, Omar and I and you, right? And we can open the book and we can go through the book one by one. And you can jot them down or try to come up with answers. And trust me, we've done this exercise with multiple people, and they cannot answer because there are no answers to these lies. Because Mirza had one particular issue, which was very common with him, right? To give weight to what he wanted to say, his opinion, to give weight to it, he would just attach this phrase to it. He would say, Quran or Hadith mein aaya, jaisa ke Quran or Hadith mein aaya, like it has come in the Quran and the Hadith, right? So he would just randomly pepper it to give weight to his word. And thus, it gives us a lot of material to work upon, right? So that was just my point. If you want to do it, inshallah, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're at your service. If you want to go through that, right? Inshallah, just wanted to put it out there.
Mohid, I'm just going to give you a very quick example that I think anybody sincere, inshallah, this will be. Look, by the way, we only use the official sources. Wallahi, we use, look where I'm at. Look at this. New.al-Islam, right? Tawfa Gularia, volume 17. What page is it? It's page 235. It's there also in the, at the bottom here. You can
235.
see,
Yeah.
sorry, 234 and 235. Okay. Do look at this page 235. I'm going to give an example. I don't know if you can read Arabic or Urdu. Can you read
No, no, I
like
can't.
basic?
No.
You cannot. Okay. Look at maybe we can try something. Look
That's
at
right. I'll
this.
take a look.
Look at this. Look at this. Do you see how this word looks? Just look at how it looks. Dajjal.
Yeah.
This is Dajjal in Arabic. All right.
Yes.
Look at the letter. It's Dajjal. Mirza Sahib. I'm going to show you now the actual book that Mirza Sahib said it's Dajjal. Where's the actual book? Let me see. The actual book. Sorry. This is the actual book. Wait. Let me get it. This is the actual book. Can you read this, Ahmad?
Rajal.
Dajjal.
Rijal, right?
Rijal. Akhir zaman Rijal. Yeah.
Yes. يخرج في آخر الزمان رجال. At the end of time, men will emerge. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, he translated it as Dajjal will emerge. يخرج, look, it says يخرج في آخر الزمان Dajjal. يختلون, look at this. Even the Arabic is wrong. Dajjal is one person. He says يختلون الدنيا. يختلون الدنيا. Okay? They will basically be like selling taking preference for
just to for us, because wherever it own comes, own is a plural for everything. For example, like Muslimun, right? It's a plural form. So what Umar is showing you is that every word has a own at the end. Dajjal is a singular word. Rijal is a plural, right? Rijal is men. And so when he flipped the word from Rijal, from a plural word to a singular word, then all the writings downstream of it didn't make any sense whatsoever in terms of grammatical.
Yes, because this is a hadith of Rasulullah. He was quoting a hadith. He was saying that there is a hadith which talks about Dajjal. You see, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يخرج في آخر الزمان رجال يقتلون الدنيا بالدين. That people who use the religion to gain, who use they use the religion to gain worldly gains, And Mirza changed it to Dajjal. Dajjal yaqtaluna. So it doesn't make sense. How is a single using something for plural?
Yes.
So I'm just showing you that. And he was quoting a hadith. He was lying upon Rasulullah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever lies willingly, intentionally upon me should prepare his seat in hell. So if Mirza was lying intentionally, he is going to be in hell. If it was unintentional, you have to ask yourself, how is a messenger of God getting ilham, writing down Ruhani Khazain, the spiritual treasures, which are supposed to be inspired by God? Why is he lying about Rasulullah unintentionally?
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So that's why
this is the last thing I want to say in this regard. Umar, just a second. Muhammad, he actually reminded me of something, right? You see, a true prophet of Allah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him wahi, does he immediately accept it, or does he wait and try to say, no, I'm not going to accept it, I'll accept it in a bit, or does he accept it immediately?
I'm not sure about the science of wahi.
Yeah, so basically a prophet is that whenever the wahi comes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, commands him something, and this is in the Quran about the mu'minun, right? That the second last ayah of Surah Baqarah. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون. That the Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all the mu'minun, all his followers have accepted what was revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it also has the phrase وَقَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا, that they say that we hear and we obey. Right? This is how mu'minun are. Now prophet is at higher level, right? So whenever the prophet is told something, he would immediately accept it, right? And this is what we find with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Every time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells him something, he immediately accepts it. He never goes in like, this is my opinion, I need to stick to my opinion. Whenever his opinion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala corrects him, he immediately reverts to the opinion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? For example, the issue of the prisoners of Badr, right? Or the issue of the subject matter of Surah Tahrim, when he said that I'm not gonna eat honey. He did not say no. I'm gonna keep eating honey. It makes no sense. I'm not gonna eat honey even when the wahi comes. It makes absolutely no sense, right? So in the same breath, just imagine Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Sahib said that for 12 years he was receiving revelation that Allah is telling him that in the Quran it says that Isa alayhi salam has passed away, right? And for 12 years he is sticking to his belief that Isa alayhi salam is alive. And he says, after 12 years, God made it impossible for me to now stick to my opinion because the ilham were coming so down like pouring rain, right? So I was forced to change my opinion. So I've got 2 points here. One, when Mirza Sahib wasn't getting the Quran, the revelation, right? He at that time believed exactly the same thing that the Muslims believed. And this is one of the proofs that you cannot make the argument of death of Isa alayhi salam from the Quran and the Hadith, right? This argument was made according to his own admission, but through his revelation, right? And he fought, not only was it made through his revelation, it wasn't just one revelation saying it. It was made through a revelation for 12 years. And then after 12 years, they become so many that he was pushed to change his opinion. So now my question is, subhanAllah, now when he, after this, he says that there are 30 verses in the Quran that points to the death of Isa alayhi salam, and 3 of them are qat'i. Qat'i means that, a qat'i verse is a definitive verse that can have no other understanding coming from it. There's only one understanding coming from that verse, right?
Yes.
This verse existed before Mirza Sahib's Wahi. Nobody understood it like Mirza Sahib understood it after the Wahi. Now, if he's claiming that it is a qat'i verse and there's no other way of understanding it, he himself was understanding it differently before, right? So isn't that a lie on the Quran? Saying that these verses are qat'i, because he was claiming that they weren't, the very reason that he stuck to his belief despite the revelation was that these verses couldn't have been qat'i. Otherwise, everybody could have seen it. Everybody could have seen it, right? But rather than making the argument for anyone, he himself could not see it without God forcing him, right? So it would be a definite, there are only 3 options. Either Mirza Sahib, he is lying on God, or he's lying on the Quran. It cannot be both things. You cannot have both. It's mutually exclusive. So that was something also, because Omar just brought it up, so it came to my mind.
All good. So the issue. 1 second, brother. So the issue here, obviously, so he claimed one thing at one time, obviously, which is interpretation of the Quran, and then he interpreted it in a different way. However, but the main issue is that he claimed that these cannot be interpreted in different ways. Is that there are
2 things. There are 2 things there. One, he was rejecting the wahi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was changing the wahi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 12 years, right? Because if Allah tells you, if for example you receive wahi, let alone Allah, if there was somebody who was of authority, like your father or somebody who's in your family who's of authority, and you believe that he knows better than you, he comes and tells you, that bro, smoking is bad, right? And generally, if even the whole population thinks that smoking is a good thing, you will stop smoking and you'll start propagating that smoking is bad because you believe in that source, right? And Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was belying that source for 12 years. He wasn't accepting for 12 years that smoking is bad. He said because of the populace had this belief that smoking is good, and I had the same belief, so I kept on, I kept on doing ta'wil. Ta'wil means changing, explaining away the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then after 12 years, I was forced to believe it. And once he was forced to believe, now he's saying on the Quran that the Quran has certain verses that cannot be explained any other way, interpreted any other way. But he was already interpreting it. Yes, he was already interpreting them in a completely different way for 52 years of his life. It makes absolutely no sense that they're the same things. The verses are qat'i and these verses are also dhanni, right? It cannot be both ways.
What's the word where you cannot interpret it different ways?
Qat'i. Qat'i.
Qat'i
Qat'i means absolute.
Right.
Like there's no other way of that. For example, the Quran is
Is that
qat'i
Arabic or
sabab.
Urdu?
It's
Arabic.
also used in Urdu. It's Arabic,
Okay.
but Urdu में भी कहते हैं ना कतई मैंने आपकी बात नहीं सुनी. ये
Okay,
कतई
gotcha.
ये बात नहीं होगी. हमारे घर में ये बात होगी नहीं. कतई नहीं होगी. You know this, right? If you
Bit
know
of
a
it,
bit
yeah.
of Urdu. Yeah, so कतई ये बात नहीं होगी means that absolutely this thing is not going to be discussed. Absolutely,
Okay.
You
right?
want
So
you want to make
qat'i
it
is
more
something that
interesting,
is
Ahmad?
absolutely clear.
Yes,
Yes,
You want to
brother.
make it more interesting?
Can,
You want to make it more interesting?
no,
Even
one second.
even the verses that he okay.
1 second. Yeah, just regarding this one, I'll make this one the last one, the one that Brother Arise and Mourn is on. So I got that. Can I get that reference if you guys have it?
Bro, I'm gonna DM you the whole reference. I'm gonna because I'm not on my laptop. I'm actually doing something. So
Okay, all good,
I'll
all good.
DM you
Yeah.
all the reference, inshallah.
Wahid, you know,
Jazakallah.
the interesting thing is that the ayahs that he said they are qati, he himself gave alternate interpretations even after believing that Isa is dead.
Yes.
Even, you have a call? Or?
1 second, brother.
It's okay, take
I'm just gonna mute myself for a little bit. You guys keep going.
Yeah, I was saying, Ahmed, what's interesting that the ones that he said are qati, like qad khalat min qabli rusul, he himself did not use them in that qat'i way. He said that previous messengers, like in 575. Mutawafika, he said it means cause you to die and reward you in full. Tawafaitani also, I saw from that Ibn Khattab also that he used it in a different way. Subhanallah, all the three qat'i verses, he himself used them in different ways, in multiple ways, you know. Yes, go ahead, go ahead. Yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, let me get it. Let me get it.
Ahmad, you have access to OneNote?
Yes, I have.
Yes, type contradiction there, and you'll find that 12 years reference. Search contradiction.
I don't like this one, not. Search, okay, contradiction. Did Mirza believe Isa will descend? That's the one?
Yeah, so can you show me the page?
Wait a second.
It'll have to make it bigger. Oh yeah. Yes. So you see, this is where he's saying that why was there contradiction in my speech when I previously said that Isa alayhi salam is alive and now I'm saying he's dead, right? He actually even uses the word tanakkus over here. He says that why is this contradiction in my speech? The same word where he was saying that "Jhute ke kalam mein tanakkus zarur hota tha." This is the same word for contradiction, right? So this is the reference for the 12 years. Inshallah, I'm gonna send it to. Did you follow him?
Yeah, I followed him.
Yes. Okay. Inshallah, we'll send him. This is the reference.